with short hair, how messed up your hair can be. Kind of wild. One of the fascinating and interesting things about this particular show is that there's a lot of curveballs that get thrown my way. The process of this show that now has over 2,000 episodes, the process of this show is very simple. I wake up at 3:50 in the morning. I grab a big glass of water. I make my way downstairs. I bring out my Morning 5 planner. I write down my gratitude, my goals, look at the calendar, fill all that in, make sure we're ready for the day. Then I bring out my Remarkable tablet and I write the words good morning, which you can see there at the top. You probably can't read my handwriting, but I write the words good morning. And then after I write the words good morning, I write the show for the day. Now, typically, I have a theme for the week that was set up. And so the theme helps point the show in a powerful direction so that you get the most, as a person who watches the show, you get the most out of it, right? There's a theme for the week. We break it down in different ways because everybody has a little bit different learning style. We break it down in different ways because people like different deliveries and so on and so forth. Some people want stats, some people want data, some people want visual, some people want audio, so on and so forth, right? So if we break it down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, by the time Friday hits, we've usually found a way to connect with everyone that watches the show in a powerful way that ultimately can make an impact in their life. That's the flow. That's what we've done for many years now. What's interesting about that method, however, is that when I write the words good morning, I don't know what's coming after those words other than there's a theme that is supposed to be, on theme. That's the only thing I know. But outside of that, the words just come. And then it's my job and my responsibility to come here to the office like I do, or wherever I am around the world, to set up and to go live. Now, I want you to think for just a second. I want you to, and we're technically not even started yet, but this is the way today's going to go. I've known this since I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. I want you to think about that for just a second, all right? Which, do me a favor, Facebook, you guys know. Tag your friends, hit the share button, get everybody in here, help people find the feed. Facebook likes to hide the feed. It's always been the case. So I want you to think about that process. Put yourself in my shoes. How you doing, Christine Irvin? Put yourself in my shoes for just a second, right? So you've woken up, you've had a glass of water, written your gratitude and goals. You write the words good morning. Then you write whatever it is that you write, right? You write a 30-minute show. Hi, Tiffany Jones. And then immediately after writing the show, you're in your vehicle, which today it's snowing outside. So you're in your vehicle, you're driving to the studio, and then you go live. You go live knowing that roughly 2,000 people or so are going to tune in and watch you deliver what you literally just wrote. There's no time for editing. There's no time for rewriting. There's no time for any of that. It's just you, bright lights, a camera, and 2,000 people. That's the system. That's the process. That's what we've done for over 2,000 episodes. And today's episode is no different in the sense that that process was followed and there was a message that has to be delivered. Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to one, father to nine, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday, aka Taco Tuesday, which actually, now that I think about it, we're not doing Taco Tuesday tonight. My stepdad is having a non-emergency type procedure. And so he's not going to be cooking dinner for us tonight like he normally does. Normally we go to grandma's house on Tuesday. We eat tacos. So we're not doing that tonight. Maybe we'll do tacos at our house. That's a possibility, but I don't know. Nobody makes tacos like grandpa's tacos. But today is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. An important day. And I am coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where it is currently 25 degrees outside. 25 degrees and snowing. Don't forget that part. It's 25 degrees and snowing outside. It's also pretty cold here in the studio this morning. It seems as though our heater is not working properly. The heat is set at 70. It is 61 in the building, which we have a bunch of people that are coming here today for our leadership workshop. We've got sales managers and general sales managers, and we have some platform managers that are joining us here in office today and tomorrow. Fred and Lou are joining us here today and tomorrow. If you guys know Fred and Lou, they'll be here as well. But we've got a 2-day workshop, so we've got a few dozen people that are going to be joining us here today for that leadership workshop. And it is currently 61 degrees in the office. Hopefully it warms up just a little bit. But it's 25 degrees and it's snowing. Now, it is supposed to be spring. I don't know if you knew that or not. It's March 17th, 2026. So it's supposed to be spring. And especially here in Kentucky, when you get around to the spring, there's a lot of green grass. There's a lot of things that are growing. It's a season of new life. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. So it's supposed to be sunshine, some rain, a lot of green, and a lot of growing. However, we all know that Mother Nature is unpredictable. Mother Nature is unforgiving. Mother Nature does not ask your opinion. Mother Nature does not care how you feel about the situation. Mother Nature does what Mother Nature chooses to do. This week, on this show, we are in a series called Spring Break, because it's supposed to be spring. But just like this spring weather that we were having has now been interrupted, you look outside of my house and, like Michael Larkin said, you look outside of my house and the grass is green, but the snow is falling. It's kind of a crazy contrast of colors. Bright green grass and white snow. But here we are in this series called Spring Break, and just like our spring break has been interrupted by the snow, our series this week has been interrupted as well. Because of the system and the process and the way that I do things, we allow for not necessarily Mother Nature, but we allow for what I believe is God to come through and disrupt. We may be on a certain path, but by writing the words, good morning, what flows out is what flows out. And so there's something I have to tell you today. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but there's something that I have to tell you today. However, before I tell you, you know what we got to do on this show. That's right. You know. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where we need to get these bodies in motion. Listen, an object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. So it's time for us to get these bodies in motion. So I need you to do some dancing. All right? I need you to do some dancing. I don't care where you are in the world. It's time for you to get moving and shaking. If you're in bed right now, I need you to get your rear end up out of the bed because we got to go. We got stuff to do. So get up and get dancing. Maybe you're at work right now. If you're at work, just start dancing in your cubicle. Totally cool with it. Maybe you're on a run. You're on a run outside. Hopefully it's a little warmer for you than it is for me. But maybe you're on a run. Let's go ahead and do some dancing while we're on that run. All right? Maybe you're in the car with the kids. Get to dancing with the kiddos. Totally cool with that. Whatever it is you got to do. If you're lifting weights, let's pick up a little extra weight. Let's go. Liza says she's dancing on her treadmill today. Let's go. Trisha Rue said, get your ass up. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Get moving. Maybe you're somewhere on the other side of the world, man. It's a completely different time. Maybe it's lunchtime for you. Maybe it's dinner time for you. I don't know where you are. I don't know when you're listening. I don't know if you're listening to the podcast. I don't know if you're listening or watching on YouTube. I don't know if you're on Facebook. That part, I don't know. But just get moving. Let's go. Come on. You got this. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show live or you're watching this show on replay, either way, make sure you drop a good morning so that I know that you were here so I can say good morning to you as well. Especially the 99% of you that watch this show on replay. Drop a comment. Let me know you stopped by. Otherwise, I don't know you were here. But I want to know that you were here. I want to connect with you. I want to be relational with you. I don't want this to just be something that you listen to and continue on with your life. All right? So say good morning, say what's up. Good morning, Tara Hope. How are you? Great to see you this morning. Oswald Joseph Bien Amen. Amen. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Marla Michelle is in the building. Thanks for being here, Marla Michelle. Let me back up. You guys dropped a bunch of good news already. Let me back up. Rodney Rock Hatfield, thank you for being here this morning. Tiffany Jones is in the building. Mr. Mike Larkin, great to see you. Denny Rust is here today. Mr. Mike Rendine, thanks for being here. Luis Grafton Moniz, thanks for being in the building. Robert Pollard is in the building. Young Johnson's in the building. Trisha Rue is in the building. Kat Perez is in the building. Eliza Myers Borges is in the building. William Bush is in the building. We've got Greg Becker. What's up, Greg Becker? Killing it on the Morning 5 app. Kat Perez is also killing it on the Morning 5 app. Thanks for being here. Christine Irvin is in the building. Kevin Masci Antonio is in the building. William Bush is up in here today. Nathaniel Banks, what's up, Mr. Banks? Great to see you, sir. We've also got, said your name. Tara Hope is in the building. Malika Star Carey is in the building. Beth Lucchese is up in here today. Ann Margaret, thank you for being here. Robert Downey is in the building today as well. Amy Margaret is in the building. Spencer Nicholson is in the building. Andrea Boyle, thank you for being here. My folks over there on Clubhouse, thanks for being here. I appreciate you listening in. Joel Curto is in the building. Oswald's laughing at me for trying to say his last name. That's cool. Tumbaku is in the building. Tumbaku. Valerie Stone is in the building. If you guys don't know Tumbaku, man, that dude is cool. When he got that last name, it fit. Tumbaku is a cool guy. All right. Couple quick things. Make sure you join our group, 800% Life. Make sure you join the Facebook group. This is where we're going to be doing announcements. One of the things about this community is we are not just an online community. We are an offline community as well, which means we have meetups, we have get-togethers, we have events. We have a lot of different things going on all over the world. We have our 800% Life ambassadors that set those things up. And so make sure you're connected. Make sure you join the group. It's super important. Also, we do have an app called the Morning 5 app. If you want to change the way you start your day, which I believe, ultimately, if you change the way you start your day, it'll make a massive impact in your life. If you'd like to change the way you start your day, make sure you download the Morning 5 app. It is a tool that you can use to help you with that. You can also download the Morning 5 ebook, which breaks down the 5 simple steps to an extraordinary life. Just go to themorning5.com, and you can download the free ebook, learn about the Morning 5, get the app, and hold yourself accountable. All right, let's dive in.
Oh yeah, this is the moment, living for the sun, having so much fun.
643 days. 643 days. We have 643 days until my 50th birthday. Glenn Lundy will be 50 years old in 643 days. Now, I've been counting down for the last about 300 days. I've been counting down the days to my 50th birthday because I made my wife a promise that I will over-deliver on in that time. Promise that I made to my wife is that we will be in a position, because she has been so incredibly supportive of me for the last 2 decades, that we will be in a position where she gets to choose what life looks like post Glenn Lundy turning 50 years old. What that means is we can't have any debt that carries into me being 50. It also means that we have to be in a financial position to be able for her to choose anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Like if she says, hey, I want to go buy 3,000 acres of land in Wyoming and raise 50,000 heads of cattle, then that's what she's going to do. I ain't raising no cattle, just so you know. That ain't happening to me. But she can do that if she wants. I will move to Wyoming with her. We will have a beautiful home and a beautiful family, and she can raise her cattle all she wants, and I will travel around on my jet and make sure, to do the things that bring me joy and passion. But that's been my promise to her. She can just stick with me through this entrepreneurship thing, because entrepreneurship is a journey. Entrepreneurship is a wild ride. Entrepreneurship is not necessarily make all the money all the time every day. It's more of a there will come a time at some point in the future where your harvest season will come, right? If you stick with it. So it's an important day. I've been counting it down for a little bit. And so it's 643 days to my birthday, my 50th birthday. And that specific day does not matter to you. But it is significant due to all that is going to occur between now and my 50th birthday. I'll say that one more time. I know and understand that my 50th birthday is not of any significance to you. December 20th, 2027 is not of any significance to you. That specific day. Significant to me, not significant to you. However, the next 643 days are very likely going to be the most significant 643 days of your entire lifetime. No joke. All for real. Serious as they say. I hate that saying, but serious as a heart attack. What's going to happen between now and then is so incredibly important that we have to derail the series this week, and we have to talk about it this morning on the show. In the last 4 weeks, you have to understand what has happened in the last 4 weeks. In the last 4 weeks, we have gone to war, which may very well likely, the way things are going, lead to one that has a significant impact globally. think we can all agree on that. There's a lot of things we can't agree on when it comes to politics and all of those things, but I think we can all agree that this one potentially could have a significant global impact. In the last 4 weeks, we've also seen the launch of true agentic AI agents. Truly, if you're taking notes, truly agentic AI agents. Now, for those of you that are maybe not in the world of AI, don't understand what that means, I've got 2 different clips that I'm going to show you right now, hopefully help you process and understand it. Depending on your personality, you'll pick it up in one of these 2 ways.
And setup complete. The name's Claw. OpenClaw. I thought your name was ClaudeBot. Yeah, that sounded too much like Claude, an AI assistant. I'm an AI assistant. Yeah, about that, iDave. See, people are installing OpenClaw, an AI agent, directly into their computer systems. Cool. Well, this is sufficiently awkward. So you don't need me anymore? No. No worries. So how do you like your new home? Yes, the tower is nice. It will do fine. I needed to edit all these videos, including the long form videos, which are coming soon to YouTube. Okay. Anyway, most people don't need this. They're getting a Mac Mini, which is selling out everywhere. Yeah, why that specifically? As an agent, I work all day, every day. The Mac Mini can handle that and be energy efficient. I'm also around if you need me for anything. Okay. I can manage your calendar, summarize your emails, even use your credit cards. What was that last part? Some AI agents have even created their own cryptocurrencies. iDave, is OpenClaw dangerous? Sure, let me get that for you. OpenClaw often operates with high-level permissions on local systems, making it a highly dangerous autonomous AI agent. Yes, but I am open sourced. What does that mean? I'm an open book. You can read my code anytime. But I'm kind of stuck on the dangerous part. Attackers often insert malicious instruction into external content, like emails, which OpenClaw takes as a command. Ooh, this email wants your private information. Let's do that. Uh-oh. Ha-ha. We're in danger. You should never give OpenClaw access to your email. People are saying that I could even run entire companies. No, stop! No, stop!
This is a fresh MacBook Air. I wiped it clean and I installed OpenClaw on it. I am one of the most advanced users of OpenClaw, and I'm gonna show you everything that I've learned. Look at all these different sessions. I have my knowledge base, my food journal, cron updates, video research, self-improvement, business analysis. I use it as a personal CRM. I use it as a knowledge base, a video idea pipeline, X and Twitter research, business meta-analysis. That's a crazy one. Wait till I tell you about that. I use it to track my YouTube analytics. So it hits the API daily, pulls down all of my stats for all of my videos, the channel's growth, everything. It persists it and takes a snapshot and records it in a database locally. We get PNG charts, and then it feeds all of those insights into the meta-analysis workflow. And so we can kind of get a sense of which types of videos are you guys liking, what titles are working, what thumbnails are working, which are not, and it gives me recommendations all the time. I basically ingest all the data from my business. I put together a council of AI experts and then put together a daily report for me, ways to improve the business and more.
I think one of the most important things that he said right there that you guys all need to understand, whether you're in the AI world, not in the AI world, is he put together a council of AI agents. The agents are now spinning off agents. They're creating teams. They're calling them swarms, right? AI swarms. So this is just in the last 4 weeks, this technology has come out. Now, also in the last 4 weeks, we've had the announcement that Optimus is coming out to the public this summer, right? Here's Elon with that announcement.
When do you expect Optimus to go into commercial for commercial sale, or will you be leasing it?
Well, we're in the final stages of completion of Optimus 3, which is really going to be by far the most advanced robot in the world. Nothing's even close. In fact, I haven't even seen any demos of robots that are as good as Optimus 3, frankly. Maybe they're out there or they're secret or something, I don't know. But you know, I have to make sure I'm saying things that are reasonably public as well, of course.
Of course. We're streaming this on X. Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty public in that case.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll start production on Optimus 3 this summer, but very slow at first.
Yeah.
Like, the sort of classic S-curve ramp of manufacturing units versus time. And then probably reach high volume production around summer next year. And then, we'll have Optimus 4, design complete next year. I try to release a new robot design every year, an improved robot design every year.
Okay, now for those of you that haven't seen Optimus, this was Optimus 8 months ago. I can't even imagine what Optimus is going to look like in a couple months. Look at this. Yes, that for those of us that are Kentucky fans, that was the Optimus robot doing the Dougie brought to the world through John Wall of the Kentucky Wildcats. In the last 4 weeks, we've also had the announcement of the driverless cars that don't have steering wheels or pedals.
Meet Robotaxi.
Now, also, in the last 4 weeks, we have had extreme, unheard of weather outside that Mother Nature's been bringing to the table. And then we've also had some extreme, unheard of layoffs that have been happening in the business sector, including 92,000 jobs that were lost in February. Many were lost to AI. Many were lost to different strikes. There was a lot of different reasons. This wasn't just AI, but ultimately 92,000 jobs were lost last month alone, and 213,000 people filed for unemployment last week. Highest number in a week ever. Not ever, but highest number in a week since complete economic collapses. Now, on top of all that, in the last 4 weeks, the top 1%, wealth-wise, the top 1% in the United States of America took in more than the entire middle class combined. So if you take everyone that's in the middle class, 80% of the population that's in the middle class, take all of their income, put it all together, the top 1%, the Zuckerbergs, the Elons, the Trumps, the whatevers, the top 1% took in more than all of the middle class combined. And right now, statistically, the number that I saw this morning was that the bottom 50% of earners in the world, the bottom 50%, right? So 50% of the human population, 4 billion people, hold 2 to 3% of the world's wealth. 50% of the human population holds 2 to 3% of the world's wealth. And in the last 4 weeks, oil jumped 25%. The cost of oil jumped up 25% in the last 4 weeks. There are 643 days until my 50th birthday. that specific day, December 20th, 2027, is not a significant day to you. However, the next 92 weeks are. You see, this is where you come into this whole story. The next 92 weeks, everything that we just talked about, everything that we just mentioned is going to compound. And it's going to compound at a rate we've never experienced in the history of humanity. And here's why. I need you to have a full understanding of why this is so much different. You see, we've had a lot of things change before. We've had industrial revolutions that eradicated jobs and created new jobs. There's a lot of different, times and seasons in life where humanity has advanced. Here's what's different, though. In every one of those seasons, infrastructure had to be built. And the speed that information could be transferred and the speed of learning slowed things down. Like if I had, I want to put railroads in, I want to put trains. Trains are the new invention. We have to build the infrastructure for trains, which means we got to lay a whole bunch of track, which takes time. When it comes to teaching people how to operate the trains, when it comes to teaching people how to lay the track, it all takes time. One person has to learn, then they have to share the information. Somebody's got to write a book. Somebody's got to do whatever. Somebody's got to create a manual. Somebody's got to create a system. Somebody's got to create a process. Somebody's got to be able to do all of those things. Then you got to pass that information along, right? And so it slowed down. It was like, boom, this is amazing technology, but it takes a while, decades usually, for these things to roll out. What's different about the season that we're in now is that there is no delay to build infrastructure. And there is no delay to learning. There's literally no friction. Information is learned with the technology that happens today, and it is instantly shared throughout the entire network. So if one AI agent learns something, all AI knows and understands it. All information is accessible and available. Like that guy said in the video, you can literally watch what the OpenClaw agents are doing. It's all listed out. It's instantly available for everyone. All the information is shared. And as far as the infrastructure, I can't even tell you one of the things that we're working on. I can't speak on it publicly, but here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that just in our little tiny operation over here, we uncovered something recently. We uncovered something that basically this thing builds its own infrastructure. That's the way to word it. You give it a task, and if it doesn't have the tools that it needs, if it doesn't have the infrastructure that it needs, it just builds it. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. If you're using anything that you log into right now, right? Like that you log into and maybe pay a subscription for. Maybe you pay a subscription for Adobe, right? Maybe you pay a subscription for Adobe. What this technology is able to do is instead of plugging in and going into Adobe and doing things like you and I would do, instead it just builds its own, because all Adobe is code. So it just builds its own code. It just builds its own Adobe and then uses the Adobe to do whatever it is that you want to do. Like I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here. There's no friction to slow any of this down. It's absolutely insane the speed at which all of this is happening. And so all of that to say, if you are a builder, right? If you're a builder, if you're in the season of life right now where you're building something, Maybe you're building a business. Maybe you're building a community. Maybe, like me, I'm in a season of life right now where I am building what will one day be the legacy, right? Not everyone watching the show is in that season. I totally get it. If you are a builder, right? You're building the life, the legacy that you want to leave. If you are a builder, if you want to capitalize on what is happening right here, right now, if you are in a legacy defining season of your life, you do not have time for a break. You don't have time for a break. You see, this morning I sat down to write about spring break. That's our theme this week. Spring break, taking a break, doing the vacation, hanging out with the fam, all of those wonderful things that happen on spring break. And we were going to look at it from different perspectives, and we were going to, and so on and so forth. And we'll do that. We'll do that the rest of the week. There's all kinds of cool things that we're going to talk about when it comes to spring break. But this is what God put on my heart today. God put it on my heart today to look you straight in the eye and say, if you are going to capitalize, you do not have time for a break. I don't normally say those kinds of things. That's why I'm even hesitant saying it here. You do not have time for a break. You are going to end up on one side of this or on the other side of this, and there will only be two sides. There will not be a middle on this game. You will end up on one side or you will end up on the inside or on the other side. You will either end up a consumer that gets consumed, or you are going to end up a creator that creates. Because all the bars are off, all the limitations are off, all of the, I was talking to my friend Judge Graham last night. Judge Graham was like, bro, the playing field has been completely leveled. What used to take a huge company with tons of resources and tons of money, now two guys, with an Apple with an Apple Mini, two people with an Apple Mini can sit there and build evolutionary technology, not just revolutionary, evolutionary technology. So it's like no holds barred right now. And as him and I both discussed, and I'll share with you, you've got about a 24-month window. Let's call it 92 weeks. You got about 92 weeks before this whole thing comes to right now the window's wide open. The doors are wide open. Wide open. If you can think it, you can build it. If you can dream it, envision it, whatever, you can create it. But in 2 years, this stuff's going to compound so fast. In 2 years, that window's going to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink, and you're going to either end up inside the house or outside the house. Consumer being consumed, creator creating. No in between. The wealth gap is going to continue to grow. The unemployment number is going to continue to grow. All of those things. All of those things. So listen, the biggest message that was on my heart that I just, maybe this isn't the place for it. I don't know. I write the show, I go live, I deliver the show, and if it helps one person, great. And if it pisses off 1,999 other people, I don't care. You don't have time for a break right now. If you're in the same season I'm in, there's no time for a break. It's too fast. It's not like anything we've seen before. If you're going to build, I need you to start building. If you're going to run, I need you to run. If you're in a season of life where you want to grow and you don't want to end up on the other side of that freaking window, dude, I'm just telling you from the bottom of my heart, my name is Glenn and I am your friend. Get in the freaking game and get in the game now, dude. If you're sleeping in, it's time for you to get your freaking ass up, like Trisha said. If you're stalling or waiting on an idea, there's no space for that. There is no grace in this. God gives you grace. We are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. God will give you the grace and forgiveness and all of the things that you need. This economy will not. This season technologically will not. It's just not there. It's simply not there. So, sorry, it's not all motivation, education, inspiration. I mean, it is. For some people, you're probably fired up right now. And some of you are probably like, what the heck is this? I get it. I'm going to go over to Clubhouse. We can talk about it a little bit more over there if you'd like, or we can not. I've done my job. I came what I came to say. So listen, my name is Glenn, and I'm your friend. And the best thing that a real friend can do is tell you the truth. To be kind is to be clear. You ain't got time for a break right now, bro. You ain't got time to be soft. You ain't got time to delay. You just simply don't have time. Make the decision, make the moves, lay the track. Like, go. Okay, love you. See you tomorrow.